Well, we shall see if this is working or not. Let's be brutally honest. But theoretically, welcome, welcome to a live Forgotten North podcast, or show, I suppose. Less of a podcast, more of a discussion show. Good evening, Andy, with just the two of us.
I know. Stan's too busy crying.
Pash is alive. Well, not only is alive, thank you very much, Pash, but it also means that's worked relatively. Has it worked on the other screen? Oh my god, it has worked. This is dangerously close to me being able to work IT.
Which is quite scary.
I'm as surprised as everybody else, frankly.
I'm almost as amazed, like trying to up himself.
Can I make the chat bigger? That's the question. And would I ruin it by
if it's not broken?
Well, I mean that is the question. Can I make it bigger or not?
Oh, then you just make him Pash bigger. No,
it makes Pash bigger, and like, let's be honest, is that what everybody's looking for? Oh my god, Andy, look at this. This is dangerously close to positive. This is dangerously close to me almost having a clue what we're doing.
Maybe it just works better when Stan's not here. He's the negative.
Honestly, maybe Stan is Stan is the problem. Well, I think everybody can see that now.
Now he's cried his tears of Cathay.
Cathay tears. So, well, thank you for everyone who is going to join us. There's been several reviews of the FAQ so far. None less so than the wonderful one by Pash and Chris, which was done while I was at work. So it's actually on my to watch list, Pash. So you can tell us what you disagree with us with, or I'll log back in later and comment that you were wrong, or that you just had everything right and you talked about it several hours before we did.
Well, I'm sure I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm sure Chris makes sense, but Pash probably not so much.
Probably. It's all Pash all the time.
Pash is probably now just painting up his VC army, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's just people logged in, realise that the IT works, and they'll just not stick with us now. They're like, oh my god, he's actually fixed his IT. Yeah, I know, Pash. How dare you record whilst we're all at work? So what we're going to do, as you can see, there's the two of us. We're missing a Stan. He tried to say work commitment. No, he had problems at work. We were going to do Cathay first and laugh all about it while he's not here. But we thought instead we'd just
do it when he's here.
We just wait so that everybody can laugh at him together. Which, let's be honest, I assume is the only reason people are logging on is to watch Stan cry whilst Cathay burns around him. Although I still think we'll come on to Cathay at the end rather than me sort of getting ahead. So, general FAQ first, and then we're going to work our way through Raven and Hordes, then Force of Fantasy, then finish on the big bombshell of Cathay. I think seems the most logical step. So, I scroll for
when do we do logical
first update? I think the first update there is just to make Frenzy even worse.
Yeah. I mean not many people you see running Frenzy, really. You see Liam with his red raggedy flag.
Honestly, I think it's relatively aimed at people using the Dark Magic spell, isn't it?
I'd imagine so.
Was it Dark Frenzy, Death Frenzy, whatever it's called? To get, and it's a slight nerf to vampires for the people who are using Dark Magic combined with Hex Wraiths. It's not much of a nerf to vampires, admittedly, but it's something.
No.
I don't know why GW felt the need to Battle Lust, thank you, yeah. Pick on Frenzy. I think it's already an awful rule in my opinion. But hey-ho, what would I know?
Is it not the same as Poison, though? One unit creates an issue, so they nerf the entire thing.
Yeah, probably. Well, speaking of Poison, we've got that next one at the bottom there. Again, I don't know who's not been playing it this way and who's been trying to...
When I saw the channel, I was like, that's what it's been for a while now?
Yeah, well, I think what was happening in places or at times is people using different ones to like they're just having the +2 to wound on whatever they want, the roll to poison. Like I don't know, but like, I am slightly confused in the fact that I kind of think this is just how it was already from the last FAQ, but it's just extra.
I wonder if the difference is maybe it says if a model with poison makes a natural roll. So if you roll 3 shots, if you've got 3 attacks and one of them's a 6, was someone adding +2 to all 3?
You know, there's probably somebody out there was doing it.
Yeah.
But like, if someone's trying to do that, you're just gonna slap them in the face and like, no, that's not okay.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Well, now you can't do it anyway because the FAQ clears it up.
It's probably Stan. That's what it is.
Probably. I mean,
he's not here.
He's not here to defend himself, so we assume it's him. What we got next? Next one is the one that we were all expecting to come back in.
Yeah, it's pretty much been played as that since the FAQ change. They just deleted the wrong paragraph.
Yeah, I think Toy Soldier, the very first Toy Soldier won the very first event just after the last FAQ. Played that you could regen crumble rules, and to be fair, Worlds played that because that was the rules. I'm fairly confident. I can't remember. Yes, we did. Yeah, it was at Worlds. But I think
you can still get it. Do you still get your the reroll, the regen on dangerous terrain and stuff?
Yes, you do. That was because the old point with regen specifically said you didn't take, when it said lose a wound, you didn't get regen.
Yeah.
Now it's very clear that you only don't get regen against the unstable crumble.
Yeah, which kind of makes sense.
Which is, I mean, absolutely correct. Like, you should never be regenning your crumble. Wasn't that Toy Soldier actually won by Bretonians, Pash?
I thought Pash won that.
It was Pash that won it.
Is that like a slight promotion for himself?
He was just baiting us in to talk about how he won another event.
I'm sure he cheated that event.
He probably, because he's the most modest. I think if there's an award for modesty, it's clearly Pash.
The important award, Pash, was the sportsmanship award. I think 2 people tied for that, though.
They did, aye. But one of them drove home, so.
The other one didn't want to stay in Stockport.
But like, this was should never have been removed. Glad it's back.
It was just, I think they just clicked the wrong button when they were sorting out the FAQ, didn't they?
Honestly, I still think it got missed. It got deleted by error on the last one. What's that? Stupidity. Oh yeah, the difference effectively is they can still flee.
Yeah.
So in the last rules is written on the last one, they couldn't flee.
Yeah, they have to,
it didn't leave a proviso to allow fleeing on the last one, at least. Otherwise, stupidity is still just, it's rough, isn't it? It's rough. It's correct, but it's rough.
Yeah, because if you get charged, you have to hold the charge. But if you're running away, you don't just sit there running away till someone catches you, which is a nightmare.
Yeah. Otherwise, we've got nothing else new for a little while, actually. And then we come on to... I like this change fundamentally, but I think it's... If anything, I think it's actually too harsh.
Do you think?
Well, I don't know. What I like is that you can't just stick one person in a forest and claim cover for the whole unit, which was stupid.
Yeah.
I'd have liked... I view this one in 2 minds almost. One, I think at least half the models is a lot to ask, and I'd have liked to have seen 25%. I'd have liked to have seen a gradient.
Do you think it should just be the majority, though, because that's how everything else should be working?
Well, that is how it is now, fundamentally. But this is only with woodlands. I'd have liked to have seen cover in general covered a bit more. Or addressed a little bit more personally.
Yeah, because you still must need to hide behind a building with 1 man to get cover.
Yeah. No, because a building cover, I can't remember. But yeah, I'd have liked to have seen it more widespread on the cover rules.
Just more clarity.
Or just the rules for terrain be absolutely clear with what provides cover and what doesn't, and how much it provides.
Yeah.
That said, take away the fact that I liked it a bit more. I like the fact that they've cleared up this because it removes that person with just sitting with 1 foot in a forest, claiming -1 hit for the whole unit.
Yeah.
Which was, let's be honest, absolute nonsense.
You know, my pet hate with woods. People that put cannons outside and then pivot into a wood.
Oh, those people are horrible people.
Even worse, when they have like a reserve move spell to then pivot back out.
Or they're just dwarves who can just move.
Yeah. I just find that really annoying.
Yeah, pivoting into yeah, I'm with you. Actually, pivoting into them is really rubbish.
Certain kind of people.
Certain kind of people. Yeah, they probably have ogre loaders with their cannons.
Probably. It just takes off list all the time.
Yeah, bad people. What else? The result exceeds the cost for all the spells dispelled. I'm not really sure.
I don't get what. Yeah, that's just the rule.
The baggage train changes quite something, though.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that.
I don't like it, if I'm honest. Personally.
I don't think it needs to either be impassable, blocked line of sight, or dangerous terrain.
Yes.
It's now its whole little world, which I don't quite see why.
Yeah, what I don't like is the immediate concept that some people have commented on, which is you could now use a baggage train in a corner to block a cannon so that a cannon can still shoot merrily and stuff will really struggle to charge the cannon.
Because they can't get past the terrain.
Because they can't get past the terrain, but the terrain does nothing to stop line of sight.
You'd have to go to the train, kill it, and then get shot again.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's at least guaranteeing the cannon protection for at least an extra turn of shooting.
Yeah.
I say cannon, like it could be any other kind of war machine as well, but fundamentally the one that sticks out in my mind is the cannon.
Which I think it's like cannons, anvils, caskets, all that kind of stuff that you want protected.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was too busy focused on the negative of the cannon that I never thought about hiding the casket behind it, to be fair. That's beautiful. But no, like genuinely, like all joking aside, I don't like that kind of encounter, like that kind of
castling and not cheating, but rules bending.
Yeah, it's not cheating, but I certainly don't like it, and it doesn't feel right. So that's why I don't like this. Never mind the fact that I also like to just hide my baggage train underneath a massive unit of skeletons.
Yeah.
But like, take away my army that I've been playing. I don't like this as a rule because of the other interactions I think it could lead to.
Yeah.
Especially when you maybe look at this plus a herd stone, like that could lead to some really uninteractive gameplay.
Yeah, I can see that potentially something being done in comps with that for events. I think potentially.
Yeah, feasibly. It's an odd one though. I'm not sure. I don't know what the general consensus across the community is on this one so far, but I'm not a fan on my first read through.
Yeah.
Setter's Fury, just a bit of a change on.
Which I don't think anyone really. You see them in friendly games. You won't see them at events.
Yeah. And then some FAQs. Some of the FAQs do make us smile, to be fair, when you read through them. So we'll go left to right on the screen. So we'll go first. Is there a maximum beyond characteristics being modified? No. Unless stated otherwise. I think this must make you smile if you want to run your Beastman Chariot guy with Mantle of Gorok and either the Black Maul or the Cackling Blade.
When I played you, didn't I have him with at one point, was it 9 strength, 12 attack with the Ogre Blade? It was just Fire Dragon.
It was unpleasant.
But then, to be fair, after that, I don't think I've cast it, not rolled a 6 and just took a wound.
Oh, yeah. You love Mantle of Gorok just wounding yourself. But, like, I was trying to think of anything else that's really fun, like, really applies to, I suppose. If you had the Brett guy with the Knightly Temper and the Cackling Blade.
The Cackling Blade, yeah.
Like,
there's not much that goes over, really.
5, 8, that could be 14 attacks.
Yeah, with the right spells, it could probably be more.
More, yeah, with Battle Lust, call it 15 or whatever else. They're pretty disgusting.
Yeah, but there's not many that goes over.
No, I wonder if what their take is, if there's is there the minimum stats can go to?
Well, I suppose as well, there's no cap on leadership, is there?
I think leadership's capped at 10.
Is it? Is that separate to this one then?
I don't. Well, yeah, I don't. I know the warrior command ability caps it at 10, doesn't it?
I think I'll have to check.
Then it just keeps adding. After that, it just adds strength. Just adds strength. But yeah, what did think to us is I wonder. There's the question about maximum. It's a shame there wasn't another question about minimum, but I suppose that really only applies to Chaos Dwarfs for the most part.
Oh, for the Mantle of Stone.
Yeah, who don't exist, obviously, really, because they're a legacy faction.
And if they go to initiative 0, do they still attack?
Well, can you go to initiative -1, is the question.
I mean, in theory, you'd say no, but...
Well, I think it's a no.
But there's not actually a ruling on it, is there?
Not a rule that says that. If a unit with oppressive battle rule has 2 fighting ranks, can I remove casualties from the 2nd rank? No.
No, I can see why people want to do it.
Well, I suppose I do, to maximise attacks, but also it's because of the fact that the 2nd fighting rank didn't exist when they wrote the rules.
Yeah,
and that's why a lot of the rules are now blurry in the fact that it says remove from the fighting rank.
Yeah.
So therefore, you could remove from the 2nd rank to keep your front rank maximising attacks. The other, I think, argument that's kind of just come up is fighting rank. The step up rule steps into the fighting rank. The fighting rank has the is it close up rule?
Yeah.
Slightly different rule. So for multi-attack infantry, do you still get your multi-attacks if you're from the 2nd ranks, closing up, not stepping forward? I think no, but actually, if you go completely rules as written, I think there's actually a very strong argument that you can, which I'd missed completely, to be honest, until someone pointed it out.
But if you can, then that FAQ question is kind of a moot point, isn't it?
It is a moot point. Yeah, that's.
So I'd say probably not.
Point. No, I think not as well, theoretically. But I can totally see with the fact that
people trying to do it.
Because someone's pointed out to us and like showed us the rules as written, I now get it. Whereas I was initially very dismissive. I was like, of course you can't have your multi attacks.
Yeah, I would have said no, but
stepped up. But it's not actually a step up because you're already in the fighting rank. It's one to ponder a bit more, but I don't think you can. I can see that the argument is already being made. So I think maybe it's something to be a bit clearer on going forward. I mean, clearer on GW rules sometimes a little bit. But again, the project didn't think the interaction, because that 2nd fighting rank didn't originally exist.
Yeah.
Is my initial thought. I don't know if you sort of. It's a funny one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of the ones we'll have to see how it plays. But I think if you're stepping up or whatever it's called, you don't get your full attacks.
I think not.
Unless you start in base contact, you don't get your full attacks.
Well, that was my initial point, but actually that's not true, because if you are in a single line and you do contract, you are then in base contact, will get your full attacks.
Yeah, but you've started in base contact, haven't you?
No. So if you're, say, 5 wide and you go first, fighting something 6 wide or 7 wide or 8 wide,
yeah,
those ends aren't in base contact to start with. But if you kill some of the middle ones, they become in base contact because the line does contract.
I mean, if some of yours die?
Yeah. So the unit of 5 goes first, kills 4, the 8 wide become 4 wide, all of them are now in base contact, even though the ones weren't to start with.
But they were in the front rank.
Yes, which is the same principle as being in the 2nd fighting rank, rules as written, although I disagree with the theory. But it's because it's the same wording, because it's the fighting rank condensing.
It's definitely one to have a look at, I think, more.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm segueing a little bit there, but I think it's slightly more complicated than taking at first glance.
Yeah.
If unit contains models of 2 different troop types, how do I determine the maximum rank bonus? By the majority models. I think the general rule.
Does that mean like your chariot wouldn't count its model ranks in that unit?
You would count the ranks of the majority of the models, which is still minimum 5 wide troops. I think it's also
I think it comes up very often, does it?
Good evening, James. Thanks for joining.
Because there's not many different troop types that join
together.
No,
there's not a lot. There's that wild herd unit where is it beasts and is there one where you put dogs and Ungor or something in a unit, or gore and dogs or something stupid like that?
I don't know. I think gore and Ungor. I haven't seen dogs.
I've seen that one, unless I'm making it up completely. There's the Wood Elf one where it's badgers and people.
Which you never see.
No, you just see single badgers to block wild riders.
You don't see many different troop types.
No, I think it's a very, very small, like real niche point. But nice to be cleared up. Us northerners and then even more northerners clearly have to stick together, Pash. There's the north, there's the north.
There's the north no one wants to go to.
There's the north, then there's the north. Then you get even further north to the north. Okay, then we go down quite a while before our next sort of general FAQ.
Because it wasn't a massive change.
It's a long while, isn't it? Bit of clarification. Can a unit that has partial on a hill shoot in 2 ranks? No.
That's the same as the woods, isn't it? One man claiming the ability for the whole unit.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And it's that's pretty clear in the rules, well, but just people play it wrong.
That sounds every FAQ. You look at some questions in any FAQ over the last 20 years and you're like, well, who asked that question?
Yeah, and then here's another one about fighting ranks. So, models in a fighting rank cannot attack if they are killed before they have a chance to fight. But can models in a second fighting rank, in the case of press of battle, fight if a model in the front rank is slain? And can a model make a supporting attack if the models in the fighting rank in front are slain? Answer. Yes, unless they've been killed, models that are in a fighting rank or that are able to make supporting attacks can do so as normal. In other words, casualties inflicted reduce firstly the number of models in the fighting rank that are able to fight, starting with the first fighting rank, and secondly the number of models in the supporting rank that are able to fight.
Which kind of is how it's played now anyway?
Well, yes and no. So it circles back a little bit to the second fighting rank and people killing those models.
Yeah,
but yes, fundamentally,
rank.
It does.
Starting rank.
Yeah.
Does tide you up a little bit, I suppose.
A little bit. I like this one. When a model fights, must it make all of its attacks or choose to not do? I don't know who's choosing to have less attacks.
To be fair, I thought that was that not like a Chaos Dragon going in. I don't want 3 with my hero. I want me 5 with my dragon.
Yes, that's probably exactly what it is. It's monster.
I can only think of it is that, or you don't want to win combat massively, like against undead and pop them. You want to pop them in their turn, so therefore I'm going to make less attacks.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
It's only against if you don't want to break a unit or you want your dragon to fight in a challenge, not you. Is the only time.
No, yeah. To be honest, that's probably exactly what it is. I just hadn't really considered it initially. Yeah.
They're the only 2 times I could see really you doing it.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense why that's in there. This is the sassiest response of the FAQ, and I love it. I'll
just say I'm more amazed just because James is here.
Oh my God, it's a stand. It's a massive stand to start with, ladies and gentlemen.
How are you doing, boys?
He's dried his tears. He's come to join us.
He's here. Welcome. Well, I'm glad you made it and alive, and you haven't crashed to the entirety of Newcastle Airport.
Not this time. Give him a chance.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah, you just got us working. We're good, mate. We held off Cathay for you, Stan.
Oh, aviation this week hasn't been my friend.
You were just in time for the bring back match.
He's out. We can't put him back.
If a unit, it's a unit that pursues and catches enemy that fell back in good order counts as having charged during the next phase. But what exactly does this mean? exactly what it says.
Yeah, it means they're charged.
The sassiest of all the responses.
I think that's... But the sass has been toned down.
It has after they then added onto it. If they had just left it as exactly as it says, that would have been the best response ever.
Yeah, it would have been the best FAQ.
It's again, who's asking some of these questions?
You go back any FAQ for the last 20 odd years, and there's always questions like, who asked that? It's clearly just the rule.
Oh, this next one is the best bit of FAQ. Impact hits and stomp attacks cannot be directed against a character that's joined a unit unless that unit has a unit strength of 5 or less. Does this limitation also apply to unit champions?
Sad times, that is.
People like you, Andy, have made...
I was talking to Steve and Jack yesterday when I was at Steve's, and then it pretty much kills the Bloodthirster.
You know, I think it actually does. It does unless you go in with another unit.
Yeah, but to go in with another unit with champions, they're all really expensive.
Yeah. The only one I feel remotely sorry for is the Bloodthirster. You guys on Chariots deserve this.
Oh, they'll just hit you in the ring combat. It's fine now. But it is just the Bloodthirster now will always be challenged out and generally will lose combats.
Oh, yeah, he definitely can't go in by himself to stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think it's a healthy change.
I think for the good of the game, it's a healthy... I feel sorry with the Bloodthirster, but I think it's a healthy change for the good of the game.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
To direct a whole chariot or whatever it's at one person in a massive melee is quite hard.
It takes it back that way to how it's been in every other previous edition, which was it used to be distributed as per shooting.
Yeah.
So that's that. Can an evasive unit use that special rule whilst engaged in combat? No.
Who was arguing this?
People trying to escape.
People locking combat with undead, and someone was going to scream at him if he wanted to evade out of the combat.
People trying to escape screams.
It's got to be. I can't see what else you try and do it with.
Or a vindictive glare.
Yeah. Vindictive glare is probably trying to do it.
He was looking someone in the eye and trying to do that.
Well, to be fair, what's got evasive? Elves.
Honestly, people who play elves are just bad people in general, aren't they?
I was talking to Amy in the chat earlier about she wanted more Ragnarok like points drops, and I was like, no, spiders are like elves. The best ones are the dead ones.
Oh no! For what? I'm 100% behind hashtag reduced points on Ragnaroks.
No one wants to see more of them.
Everybody wants to see more spiders on the board.
Don't think that's true.
Of course, I've said it, so it's bound to be.
You'll see more in May.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, have I missed the pulling casualties from the front rank question?
Yeah. Yes. Would you like to weigh in before we move on to the next one?
I would like to know what you guys think of it. I think it does nothing.
Sorry?
I think it does nothing.
For multi-attack infantry?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the rules say if you step into the fighting rank, you can't make attacks.
That's exactly the rule that Andy and I were just talking about. Because I got it wrong initially, because it's not, if you're already in the fighting rank, you don't step up. Is it close in?
Yeah.
The rule?
But even if it's step up, you're already in the fighting rank. You're not stepping up to the fighting rank.
No, you don't step from second fighting rank. Doesn't step up to the first. They close in.
Yeah.
So do they get their full attacks because they're not stepped up? They've closed in.
The rules as written, I would say yes, they do. But I think the intent
is no.
Because
we came down to the intent being no, but the rules as written saying yes.
Yeah, I was rereading everything, and the implication from the text is you fill in from the back. So the guys in the second rank don't actually move forward. You fill in from the back guys. But that's arguable because it's flavor text.
Yeah.
But I think the intent, I think the intent is that, no, they don't move forward to the front rank.
Yeah, I think that is the intent.
Yeah.
But I think
that's not what
purely rules as written, they would still get their full attacks.
Yeah. No, I'm pleased we're online.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all agreeing, so it's fine.
This next one just makes you not charged with one giant, but charged with two giants, doesn't it?
It makes my favourite rule.
A giant and something else.
Yeah. Andy's favourite rule in the game, Timber. Does it count towards combat res? Yes, it does.
Or as the rules are about to prove us right on, 5 manglers.
Yes, indeed. Nothing new. Here we go. Can a army include a character that has a higher leadership, but the special rule prevent them from being the general, i.e., loner? Yes.
Yeah.
That's
very different from the BSB jank.
Very different from the BSB jank. It also means you can just go hammer and tongue with your Night Goblin lords on cave squigs and just have a little shaman as your general.
Yeah, I think an ordinary Tiny Feet, the ordinary goblin shaman's got higher leadership anyway.
And in an army includes a mercenary character. Can I make them general? No.
Again, who was arguing this? I suspect Pash, but I can't prove that.
With the Night Goblins, go back to the with the Night Goblins, is it the squig that makes them loner?
Yeah.
But surely they have to be the general?
Not if they're on a giant cave squig.
But that's the same as saying I'm a BSB, I don't have to be the general?
No, because
BSB is a specific...
This clarifies it's a special rule. A BSB is an upgrade.
Aye.
But so is buying a squig, isn't it?
Not if he's on a squig.
Is that not something you buy for him now as an upgrade? He doesn't come with a squig, does he?
True. But the minute he's got a squig, it gives him loner, so he couldn't be the general.
As soon as you make him a BSB, BSBs can't be a general. So for me,
the question of that says you can't do it, so stop arguing it.
Well, there's a rule that says you can't do it as BSB, but there's a rule here that says you've got loner, you can't be the general.
Loner is a special rule, BSB isn't, is the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to get loner, you have to buy something for it.
Not everything. Some people come with it. I'm just using
like hunters and stuff. I get would be loners, but
you just arguing it because he hasn't got any loners.
Have fun.
You just have
you
more
want goblin players to have fun. Admit it. You don't want Arachnaroks reduced in points. You don't want squigs to be playing. You don't want goblin players to have fun. Just say it.
Squigs are the best thing about an Orcs and Goblin book.
But you want to crap on them anyway because you're just a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone would argue that one, but it's nice to have it codified.
Yeah, except Andy, clearly.
It was mostly high elves with the sister, wasn't it, and stuff.
Yeah.
Again,
it's only them I think it ever came up with.
Yeah, the sisters thing's the only reason it's ever really came up, I think. What we got? Oh, we start getting sad rules now.
These are the best rules now.
These are the worst rules. For the good of the game, but for the sadness of the Scot.
Go and stick your character and stupid weapon up your arse.
He goes in the front rank where we can all hit him.
That might as well be what this rule says. Scott, you dick, stop it.
It's people like you that made this
Destroyer of Eternities up your butt.
Yeah, hadn't been sure just been leadership 9, then that last point wouldn't have been an issue. You're absolutely right.
When you look at it, we look at like handmaidens, but then you've got all the Empire characters. Oh, we've got loads of high leadership from the last FAQ, and we're like, yeah, Empire. Why?
Yeah. Look, because they're dudes. Dudes. If there is no space for a character in the front rank of the unit of the press battle, can they join the second rank? No.
Again, fair change.
All joking aside, like, I know it nerfs my current build, but it's the correct rule for the good of the game.
Yeah.
And it's the correct rule, period.
I think it was one of those interactions with the second fighting rank that just wasn't quite ironed out. And I'm pleased
that's all it is. It's an issue because they introduced a second fighting rank.
Yeah.
I've only really seen it with your list and Mob Skaven.
Yeah.
You can do some funky things with Beastman with it.
Yeah, you can as well. If you go
not in an annoying block.
Well, I get annoyed by Beastman players all the time. They tend to be arseholes.
Only because you can't see chariots next to a hill.
Yeah, that is remarkable how many times I don't see one of the chariots on terrain.
So what's the next one?
Sorry, characters. Can characters displace command groups into the second rank? No. That was, again, when you look at the actual just core rules as written, when it comes to positioning characters, it's very clear that command groups must remain in the front rank.
Yeah, but you can put characters amongst the command group.
Yes. We still can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You know.
Fine. But they still must be the front rank.
Yeah. And it keeps the whole kind of like you've got to have as many rank and file as you do.
Yeah.
Characters.
Yeah. If a character is in the back rank of a unit due to there not being enough space for them in the front rank, do they confer any bonuses? Unless have a special rule stating otherwise, no. I think what that also very much clears up is the Skaven Verminous Valor rule.
Well, I think that's very.
I don't think had any misunderstanding anyway. However, the only thing that confers is leadership, nothing else.
Yeah.
Just good.
It does still leave
quality of life.
It leaves the question: if you've got a wizard in the back rank, and he casts a range self spell, or a spell that targets a unit.
No, because you can't. You don't give any of your special abilities to them if you retire.
But something like Demonic Vessel, where it isn't a special ability, or
yeah, because it's nothing affects the rest of the unit. If you have to retire, nothing you've done takes into account, unless you've got Verminous Valor and you're taking leadership.
It's not a special rule. He's doing it. It's a spell.
Yeah, 'cause it's not on him. The whole unit has the ability. So I would say things like from Demonology, it gives a bonus to the unit.
If the character's in a back rank and not being in the space for any bonuses to the unit, no.
But he's not giving them the bonus.
He's cast the spell that gives them the bonus.
Yeah, but he's not giving it a spell.
He's cast the spell.
Like, if you have like a banner,
I can't believe you guys are thinking the other way around.
I say if you had like a magic banner that goes to the back, it doesn't work.
Aye. Well, that's not him. That's his banner.
But it's a bonus from the banner.
It's a bonus from a spell that he's cast, the wizard. You can't have a wizard in the back rank giving bonuses to the unit.
It's the same kind of thing. If you've got glittering robes on and your character dies, glittering robes still carries on till the end of the next.
Yes,
but even though the wizard is dead.
Yes, that's correct. That's got a time thing on it. But this one clearly says it's not special rules. If it said special rules, I would 100% agree with what you're saying. This very clearly says any bonuses that are conferred from that character.
Is a spell a bonus?
Sorry?
Is a spell a bonus?
Is a targeted spell a bonus, is the question.
Yeah, it depends.
I don't think it is.
Is it giving you a bonus or is it giving you is it not giving you a bonus? Is +1 attack a bonus or is it a negative or is it a neutral?
But what is the source of that, is the question.
The wizard.
But it's not, it's the spell on the unit.
It's not, it's the wizard who casts the spell.
What
are your thoughts on this? I think this is insane. Like, please tell me.
For the record, I'm playing devil's advocate here because I agree.
You people are insane.
But I can see an argument on it.
I cannot.
But then again, people have been arguing about evasive while you're in combat.
Wasn't there something with this and the Bretonian damsel ages ago about her abilities?
But that tight when that must have hurt Pash. Thanks, Pash.
But the difference is she's got the rule that allows her to retire.
Yeah.
The difference with the question with the damsel was, can she retire and then cast spectral?
Oh, is it retire and still cast? I don't know what the wording was. It with her.
Yeah, she's got her stupid rule. This one's like, if a wizard casts a spell and retired, they take their bonus with them.
Yeah, and then a different one. If it's a self spell, no effect from being in the back. If it's target unit,
yes, I totally agree with that one. Yeah.
Which is what I was saying. If you're at the back and you target your unit with something like demonic familiars or something with a range, you still get it.
Yes, but that's not. Yes, it's a targeted spell. Sorry, yes, I don't disagree with that one. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying if it is a targeted spell, not a ranged self.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm with you. Range self, definitely not.
Yeah, it's a target. Anything with a range, it doesn't matter if you're at the back.
Because it doesn't matter because it doesn't have to be cast. It's not something that you cast on yourself. You'd have cast on a different unit as well.
Yeah. So I think you just didn't get what me and Andy were actually saying.
I thought you were just going legitimately insane. But obviously, sort of Pash because you agree with us. And
we've also just agreed that on one of these questions,
natural assumption that you two lunatics are just talking crazy.
We're going to find a question we've already agreed which one it is, and we're just going to argue against you the whole night.
Just so normal.
I thought that was our MO.
I was going to say, is that not just the only reason we have these shows that you
will be until we get to Cathay, then it's just me and Scott picking on Stan.
Yeah.
I've got things to say about this.
I've got things to say, man.
Scott, as it's your channel, can you...
To defend a low-lane obstacle, a unit must move its front rank into contact with it. Are skirmishers able to do this? Turns out, yes.
Something we ruled the other way, but we're happy to be wrong.
So does that work with earthen ramparts?
Well, I was going to say I don't like that rule because it opens back up the nonsense of earthen ramparts.
Yeah.
Because that technically, arguably, earthen rampart affects every side of his unit of skirmishers.
Well, no, I would still say the way I would intrigue that is they now get charged, they rank up, that becomes the rank they're defending. If they were counter-charging another rank, they're not defending that. At that point, I mean, who the hell's multi-charging skirmishers is a different question, for the most part.
Yeah. No, but it does. I think that is something that needs to be cleared up.
Yeah, I don't like that ruling at all for that very reason.
Yeah.
Not so much the physical or linear, but things like earthen rampart and maybe even entrench. I don't like that at all.
Yeah. It opens arguments.
Yeah.
One question answered and another one generated.
Does have the radar view must move as many as possible. Yeah. Yeah. Does the army special rules extend to mercenaries? No. There's been a few crews of mercenaries in this one.
It's because Cathay keep taking mercenaries.
Yeah, I'll put it down to Jade Fleet.
Yeah.
It is purely Jade Fleet. You never see mercenaries anywhere else.
So, Orcs and Goblins don't take bone grinders?
Not very often. It's usually it's just Cathay ruling for everybody else again.
Do some war machines can have additional models? I love the fact that you mentioned the Orc Bully.
Yeah.
This is only there because of the Ogre Loader.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's giving the Orc Bully some props.
I think it's a little bit of stealth snidiness because people, the Orc Bully's been there since day one.
And nobody cared about him ever. Yeah. If the war machine is destroyed, are they also destroyed? Yes. So again, how we'd ruled it previously, and I think how most people had read it, unless people were trying to be particularly gamey.
Yeah, no ogres running around on their own.
And then nothing to do with magic. Then we get to this last sort of couple, which I think is the one that you alluded to earlier.
Which kind of makes sense. That's what's
restrictions
written,
being overwritten by army, like Arcane Journal and rule and army list restrictions.
Yeah.
So you can't, if you've got 5 characters, 5 Night Goblin characters, you can absolutely have 5 Manglers. They're not restricted by the 0-3.
Yeah. Which was our feel, and that was what was intended.
It's same with the Doom Seekers. You can have 12 Doom Seekers, I think.
No, you can have, it's 4 per character, so you can have, I think, up to 16 or 20.
Depends how many. If you go cheap, you go.
Yes, yeah, exactly, yeah.
And the next one is
that was the way I always interpreted the rules. Do I think it's the right thing for the game or not? Like, honestly, I don't actually really have strong feelings either way, personally.
I like this next one with the baggage train, but I also really dislike it.
Yeah, can a unit control more than one object on the battlefield? Can it control special feature, battlefield objective, and a second baggage train? Sorry,
where's the baggage train?
Oh, it was further up.
Higher up.
Yeah, I would decide I don't like that.
I like it, but I don't like it.
Hide behind it, we don't like.
We can just hide more machines behind it, we decided.
Oh yeah, my cannon is going to be sitting behind a baggage train.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about.
People like you ruining it, Stan. That's what we're talking about.
No.
That's pretty much what we referenced earlier as well. This is bound to be Stan ruining lives.
All that does is make a really good target for a wind blaster, though.
Yeah, but it's...
Getting your wizard within 15 of the cannon, though, is the ask.
Yeah, it'll be their turn too, it's fine.
Yeah. Can it control more than one objective?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's what we've said first.
It also specifies special feature, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, any kind of objective.
Any kind of special feature, battlefield objective, or a secondary, including baggage train.
Again, stealth nerf to Beastman.
For controlling Herdstone and stuff.
Yeah.
It was only really that and big units of like undead occupying half the board.
The thing is, at least we've never played that you could ever hold more than one objective.
We've always said it's one only.
Yeah, so I like that. It is what it is. It's nice and clear.
Yeah, I think that is for me the general theme of this FAQ has been tidying things up.
Yeah, it's not been a big. If you take away the Cathay stuff when we talk about that, it's not been a big FAQ really.
It didn't need one though.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Not at this stage.
Not unless we're going to do an actual pass through Legacy, which I'd have loved to have seen, but we knew wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, it was very hopeful.
So, Ravenant Hordes?
Yeah.
Ravenant Hordes.
Chaos Spawn, 2d6+1.
Because you see so many of them.
Who's out there thinking Chaos Spawn are a problem that they need to address this?
Do you know what? I've been inspired by Tom's Wild Herd list. I've been toying with a few Wild Herd lists, replacing the Harpies with the Spawn. Toughness 5, Unbreakable. They make canny road bumps.
Do you think the Harpies are the juice, though?
It's a different style. It's more of a defensive piece than an aggressive piece.
But they previously were 3d6 movement, though, weren't they?
Giants are 3d6.
Well, previously they were just 2d6.
Yeah, it's
just added on one bit of movement.
Yeah. Still faster than a dwarf.
Well, however. Obviously.
But no, I think spawns are a tech piece that are possibly being overlooked.
Interesting.
Not as anything to do damage, but just as roadblocks.
Yeah, and then our next one, Quell Impetuous, is now a reroll, not a flat ignore. I think this is a bad thing for the wider Orc and Goblin army choice, because the best things in the Orc and Goblin army are already not impetuous anyway, which are Night Goblins and Black Orcs.
Yeah, whoever did this was,
I think it's just. I think from a competitive end, I think this further narrows down the choices in an
it does nothing for internal balance.
Yeah, agreed.
And especially when the impetuous change, you can't use Warband anyway. And Orcs and Goblins have got low leadership anyway.
Yeah.
You kind of do it with Orcs and Goblins like you did in 8th. You have one build, and that's what you see all the time.
And I think it's going now. You kind of either a Black Orc star and then Night Goblins, or you might start seeing more towards just Goblins going back to being a gun line.
Yeah, which is quite sad.
It's weirdly.
I think it's a bad change for internal balance.
I think so.
As a theme, I can see why they've done it.
Thematically, and sort of from a fluff point of view.
From a fluff point of view.
Yes, I do. I agree. I agree with it from a fluff point of view. I don't like it from an actual gameplay point of view.
No. I think it's kicked an army that isn't really doing well anyway, and made it worse.
I quite like the next two changes though on the left.
Minotaur's down to 44 and Centaur goes down to 17.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to say this. I'll say this now about all the points changes.
They're not enough.
We've got to get to Cathay yet, but in Cathay, they haven't changed points. They've changed things. Changed special rules, done bits and pieces that are meaningful. All the point changes in this document do nothing. Take the Minotaurs, your average Minotaur build, it's not even enough for an extra Minotaur.
No, all it effectively does is see you can have a bit of equipment for free.
Which is, I would rather see them do what they've done with Cathay and change special rules. Say Woodies, easy example. Give them free arrows.
Yeah.
And it's meaningful, and it goes kind of that kind of pushes.
Well, you hold that thought for when you get to Wood Elves.
I think it's all.
You're right, though. It's
both of them units.
Personally, I'd have liked to see Minotaurs, give or take. You could have left them the same points and give them heavy armor,
or give them armor tied.
Yeah, but same principle though. Like just give them a better armor save.
Yeah,
they never used to have heavy armor though either.
So give them armor hide. They're big, thick cows.
Yeah, or give them kind of like, here's a selection of war gear, pick one for free.
Yeah. Which it has almost done that by the points drop.
Yeah, but I think it's just...
You almost get your Grey Weapon for free, because I think Grey Weapon's 4 points on them.
And they've saved 3 points.
And you saved 3.
But like the Marauders, prime example, they just rolled in shields for free into the unit.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's nice to get point drop. I'm a fan of them. I just think it could have been done it could have been a bit more usable.
If you do point drops, they've got to mean something.
Yeah.
I don't think they mean.
I mean, Senna goes down to 17. They're still really expensive to get to work.
Same principle as Minotaurs, though, aren't they? To get them to actually do anything, they're really expensive.
Yeah.
The only meaningful point increase we've seen ever is the Royal Peg.
Even then, it didn't stop them being taken until this new one.
But at least you felt it.
Yeah, you did feel it. Next change, Vile Tide going to a 9.
I really like that. Stops the level 1 spam.
Yeah. And that's coming from you as a Beastman player.
Yeah. Well, I've never done the level 1 spam because I've never.
No, you haven't. I think it's good for the game.
Yeah.
Your level 1s are still getting +3
in Wild Herd.
Yeah.
I think you might see more people doing the Wild Herd and taking the risk with the Coven and more explosions.
I think the only thing I would say is that it hurts Grand Army and Minotaur Herd more than it hurts the already top tier Beastman list.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't think an 8 to a 9 makes any real difference to Wild Herd, personally.
No.
It'll stop a couple more times, but not.
Yeah, it'll stop a few, but I don't think it's going to mean it'll have any impact to the army that's already very good.
It probably just means Wild Herd is still by far the more optimal Beastman build.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If you're going down the Vile Tide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next one, change the points to 41, then change the armor to 4+.
Dave's much stronger now, isn't he?
Dave's been promoted.
4 up save for Dave?
But I still think that's not enough.
Again, that should just say Dave gets a 4-up armor save.
The issue isn't the 5-up armor save to stop people taking chariots. One, they're massively unwieldy. Two, they don't do any damage. The only
reason have like 81 or armor bane or something because they just don't do anything on the chart.
They don't have any damage output at all.
Well, you tried the unit with the print and it just bounced.
That was rubbish.
You can't even snipe champions with them anymore.
No, you could barely do that anyway with no AP.
I think it'd be better if it was kind of like, was it 7th edition where you could buy the character an item which made the unit better?
Yeah.
If you had to do that and you took a print with whatever totem it is that makes them stronger, that would be fine.
Don't know, it's nice because 4 armor save is nicer than a 5 armor save.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fair.
no more.
Fair.
It was annoying.
Well, I think this is just rude and spoils the game for everyone.
I think it stops some builds, sadly, for Tomb Kings.
To be fair, do I think this is a good thing for the betterment of the game? Probably, to be honest, because that Tomb King, the Tomb King Dragon was the Tomb King Dragon. It only had one build.
Yeah.
Which was Armor of Ages, Talisman Protection, Biting Blade, done.
And he was tough to get through.
I think Tomb King Dragons are still totally feasible if you want to go Monster Mash because there's other builds that you can do that are...
Yeah, there's other things you can do with them.
There's lots of good things you can do with them. I'm sad to see this go as a Tomb King player, but as a enjoyer of the game, I think it's the right move for the game.
Does it make you wish taking the Tomb King Dragon build to Durham for one last play?
Sorry?
Did it make you wish you took it to Durham?
I do kind of regret not taking it to Durham for one last play.
One last play now.
Yeah. Oh, I have actually weirdly, since reading this, been playing with other, messing around with other Tomb King builds, which I really quite like the look of.
I suppose the other way, this is your last time you can hide your Destroyer in the second rank, so it's kind of...
I am going to enjoy that in Durham, don't you worry about that. Warriors, just what we knew was coming, the Marauder base size change.
Yeah, no surprises.
Kind of had to go with everything else, really.
Yeah. Tomb Guard Chariot, I've got a points drop. Cool.
Has anyone ever seen one on the table?
No, and frankly, points drop's still not enough because they still don't do any damage either because they still don't have any...
Have they got a 4-up armor as base?
They have a 4-up armor as base.
Yeah. But other than that, are they just a normal chariot?
But with Tomb Guard on, so yeah. Yeah. So,
it's still light.
Yeah.
Just posh days.
Yeah. So it's nice that they're cheaper. You'll still see a sum total of 0 of them on the board.
Unless we find finally somewhere there must be a fluffy Tomb King player somewhere.
Not that fluffy. Jesus. There's fluffy, then there's insane. Orc and Goblins. What happens if a Fanata ends movement in the command range of one or more models with the hostile terrain? It has to take dangerous terrain.
I've always thought that was pretty crystal because it doesn't make it dangerous terrain.
No, it doesn't make. Yeah, we had this conversation, didn't we?
Yeah.
At some point. Yeah, agreed.
Because you don't take the negative charge bonus.
No, it's just counts as.
You just tests. It doesn't even count as. You take a dangerous terrain test.
So yeah, nice to see it on there.
Yeah, it's again tidied it up.
Yeah. Ogdra Swamp Digger has Law Familiar and knows spells from Elementalism and Troll Magic. Can he choose his spells from both laws or from just one? Both. I thought this was really clear already.
Yeah, I thought it was really, but obviously, again, a nice tidy up, codifies it, no argument, and I think
I don't have any issue with them doing stuff like this and just tidying this sort of thing up, though. To be honest,
and again, I think his value is just shot up.
Yeah. I think he opens up some builds for Orcs and Goblins, and that they didn't have previously. They might not have had or want to embrace previously.
With it being codified and crystal clear now, and you can take them to a tournament. And that's what you can build around them.
Yeah.
Yes, you're not going to get any. You're not going to appear at a tournament who reads it differently. Say we've all read it anyway, and be told absolutely not. You can't do that. Yeah.
Again, shoehorns the certain build. A nice black oak block with regen.
Ugh. Army-wide regen is just. Ugh.
I know who'd have that.
Monsters. Again, another one just nice and clear. If a troll hag purchases a magic weapon or any of its special rules conferred by Motherly Love magical attacks, no. I think
only if it uses its normal attacks.
Yes, yeah, which I think is how most people have read it anyway. And I know people do give them like Burn and Blade, etc.
Yeah,
but I've never seen anybody try to use their Motherly Love attacks as magic attacks, unless I've just been lucky and I've not seen anyone trying to jank that.
To be fair, it's only really Amy I've seen with them.
She was probably trying to cheat. You know what she's like.
No, I think it was probably transatlantic.
What I really appreciate, what I love, is that clearly troll hordes was such a problem they need to be FAQ'd. Of all the things that have needed FAQ'd, let's definitely address those goddamn troll hordes.
Maybe in one country somewhere they're like prolific.
Super meta, yeah. Beastman, what we got? Beastman Braid Army includes an ally contingent. Beastman, can they include 2 Hearthstones? No. This as well said, no, don't be an arsehole.
It's 1 per army.
It's 1 per army.
But
Beastman players, man.
What I really appreciate, though, is, however, if 2 players are partnered for a doubles game, they could take 2 Hearthstones.
Could you imagine you had 2 doubles with Beastman and you had 4 Hearthstones?
Troll Horde probably did win a GT in Canada.
It's Canada. But
also, all sorts of won events at some point.
But the double headstone in doubles is the new meta.
And
400 points you can just sit there on.
Yeah, and
especially in a win-loss draw.
Especially with a couple of baggage trains. How does the Dark Coven army special rule from the Wild Herd in Army Memory interact with Plague Chalice? Isn't this counter a previous point they made about Plague Chalice?
This is someone's forgotten the change to Dark Coven.
Yes. Adam, honestly, you're right. That's the point. They just build a wall. I'm not going to go into that. I think it's a bit of a...
It's essentially, if you roll a double 1, you get both effects.
Yes. Does the Demon Heart increase the user's spell range? No. Is it possible?
Is Scott Reed a horrible Tomb King player? Answer yes.
That's very hurtful.
When was this ever doubted about the skirmishers?
I don't know.
Is it because
I don't know.
Was the original wording putting base contact in a rank or something? Is that the wording added to the rank?
It might have been, yeah. Might have been.
But I've never have said you can't re-raise a skirmish.
It's because of the way you add them to ranks and files.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard anyone query it?
But
no,
I do think there is a second point needed in that to stop 40k-esque jank where you can just suddenly gain an extra 6 inches of movement.
Yeah.
Did you see the one on one of the Facebook forums? Someone had raised, I think it's 5 ghouls, and then they could then charge behind the unit that's in front of the ghouls. Which is
the biggest concern model unit for this is with vampires, and it's Vargeist.
Yeah. I think the second part of that should be the models need to be in coherency with a model that started the phase.
Yeah.
So you can't chain your res models. They've got to be around ones that were there at the start of the phase. And I think that's a fair
change. If you've only
change.
got 1 man left and you res, say, 10 over 2 casts, they won't all fit around him.
Yeah, that's also true.
Well, you have to just bunch them up.
You could say who was there at the start of that cast.
You could even just say it has to be within so many inches of the caster, but either way, it's not there.
I don't think getting 9 inches of extra movement or range is healthy.
Yeah. I don't agree with the 40k or that, like the jank use of it, but maybe it is one of them to address in the future, but it's there you can res skirmishers.
Yeah.
Because it means you can make characters closest unit to charge and all sorts of crap.
Aye. Oh, yeah. You can do all sorts of junk with it. And I think that's the end of the Ravenant Hordes. So, Forces of Fantasy then, gentlemen. First off, Dwarfs. The other OP army along with Troll Horde. You get those goddamn dwarves back in their box. Stunt your little buggers. Yeah. Rangers. Change the unit size from 5 to 20. Sure. Don't know why.
Big block to 30.
You know, taking all Ranger core was very much last year.
It just feels like a totally unnecessary change for me.
To me, the next 2 are unnecessary changes.
What, the priests?
Why is everyone in Empire getting leadership boosts?
You know, it's weird. I mind these ones less than I minded the generals got leadership 10.
Because they're all ridiculous.
They've now got the best leadership in the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't mind the priests because they were very rarely taken because they were just so unreliable. And none of the spells are particularly OP.
I don't mind these because the reason I don't mind these because you think classically Empire, you think Faith and Steel or like Faith, Steel and Gunpowder.
Yeah.
You didn't really have the Faith because you never saw priests taken because they were just crap. No rerolls, no way to get like leadership 7 or 8. Like not great for their points.
But will you now see more priests and potentially both of them in Jade Fleet lists to give rerolls?
Oh man, I hadn't even thought about the interaction with Jade Fleet because I try to ignore Cathay.
It's the best way. We should just ban Cathay from all events.
Honestly, bad people.
We'll have to see what the new missiles are like.
But I'm not against it. I'm with you, Lonnie, on principle. Like suddenly, Empire have just got like this incredible leadership everywhere.
Yeah, but they're not tearing up the meta.
No, they're not. So kind of see how it goes from there. But yeah.
Can anyone explain this next one to us? Why it's there?
It's the Empire Engineer counts as being. It's essentially just says it might as well just say an engineer not mounted counts as being in hard cover. It was there fundamentally. You could put an engineer on a war wagon within 3 inches, and your war wagon had hard cover.
Large targets don't benefit from cover.
There's a special rule. Special rule would overwrite it, sort of thing.
Large targets, a special rule.
I think that's why it's there. You're asking someone to explain why it's there. I'm trying.
Yeah, but I was just kind of like, because a large target, he can't benefit from cover.
But you're not in cover. You are considered as being behind full cover.
Never gets the benefits of cover.
But that's why I think it's in there because it's not. You're not in cover, but you
Is
are.
this
it doesn't say
it's
counts as you get the benefits of. You're not in it. You get the benefits.
I don't agree with it. I'm just trying to think why it could be there.
Yeah, again, I think is this someone arguing that whole point?
Probably, yeah, probably. If it's not, I don't see what else.
Because he can't be mounted on anything else, can he?
Not anymore. The 12 mechanical steed's dead. I don't think you can ride a horse. I think it's just the war wagon.
Or maybe, yeah, like I say, maybe something coming in the future.
Yeah, maybe.
Steam tank.
Oh my god! If engineers could mount steam tanks as character mounts. Oh, I'm back.
I think Scott slipped there about his desire to mount steam tanks.
Yeah.
Only with 5 steam tanks, then Scott, you'd be well happy.
I'd Premium Empire again.
Actually, you couldn't get 5, could you? You'd run out.
If I could even get 3 in the list, I would Premium Empire again.
2's character mounts.
How many points are there though?
250, 300. No, 250. You can't get 2 in. You can't get 2 in currently, so there must be 300. Anyway, Flagellants and Prophets of Doom, toughness 4. Sure.
I quite like that because what they do, they will be tougher.
Yeah, in previous editions, they're always T4.
Yeah.
No one's taken them. 265. Thanks, Adam. I knew they were too expensive to get 2 in.
So what? An engineer's 45.
310 points. Well worth it for a character mount steam tank.
Did you get 3 of them and a captain for your general?
Just 3 of them with 90 points with 70 points of magic items.
Aye. I think it's just
Royal Peg.
It just tidied it up because their previous wording said that they had to pick it at the start of combat. This one just cleans it up.
Again, brings it in line with the changes.
Exactly that. Yeah.
The Royal Peg change you
missed
that. I missed the Royal Peg change. Sorry. It's good. Aye. Monstrous creature. Take that, pegs. All you'll see now is people riding in barded pegs, surely.
You just see little pegs.
Or you might go fruity and go.
You might actually see the hippogriff get taken.
Well, I was talking to Jack yesterday, and it's basically either go hippogriff or you go little peg. There is no point staying with that peg.
No, that peg is literally dead. For what it's worth, Dr. Luke did a hilarious video about the death of the Royal Peg.
Again, I think maybe if they'd given him Lona.
Oh, instead of Monstrous Creature?
Yeah.
Was that they've made him more expensive and Monstrous
Creature? The general?
No, the points are the same as what they were. It's just the other change.
If you give him Lona, though, he couldn't have been the general.
Yeah.
Either way, death, Royal Pegs, they now don't exist in the game.
Yeah.
Effectively. But I like this next one about Battle Pilgrims.
Yeah.
That's a 25% point reduction. That is a point reduction.
That's a proper point reduction. That, if you run in Crusades.
Oh, yeah, Crusades, sorry, yeah. Where you take them in core.
Yeah. That becomes a nice brick for a Crusade army.
Yeah. And you can take as many as you want to match a Grail character, and they're unbreakable.
Yeah, I like that change because I think it opens up. The reason I like it isn't because it's incredibly powerful by itself. It opens up a different build option, which is why I like it.
Yeah. It gives Brett's access to Undead Core,
which
is disgusting when you put it that way, actually. Ooh.
And you could bring the dead back.
But no, good change because it opens up army build options.
Yeah, you will see different variety.
Flashback to the past. Do you remember the Cardiff event where there was questionable ruling on Battle Pilgrims?
Yeah, it was like the most taken model in that event, nearly.
Yeah.
Totally will see people like Leon running big units of them.
Yeah, I just think this is a nice thing to see.
But he was doing it before it was cool.
Aye.
Yeah.
Then we've got the aforementioned points reductions for Wood Elves that Stan brought up earlier.
I think Wood Elves needed a boost.
But that's not a boost.
I think they did need a boost. I totally agree. The only one of those boosts that I think is really worthwhile are the Dryad ones. I like getting them movement 6 with armor bane actually makes them better.
Yeah, you may see them taking them because before
the points changes are meaningless.
It's 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. 1 point. 2 points, I think. And 1 point.
2 points on the sisters.
Yeah. 2 on the sisters, 1 on the Glade, 1 on the Eternal, 1 on the Riders.
But if they wanted a meaningful boost, I would have said you can take one of the magic arrows for free.
Yeah, to a point. Like maybe it's not any of them, but yeah. Because some of them are very good for their points.
We can say they come with this arrow, or you can upgrade.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I agree with that. The other one I find a bit weird is Glade Riders to unit size 4.
Yeah, what would you want for?
Because they come in 12s.
Oh, yeah, Adam, you're right. The branch wraith's still in movement 5 because she's not included in that list. That's funny.
They can pick her up and carry her, it's fine.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I don't know what you'd want 4 Glade Riders.
No.
I think
it's nice that they've done something with Wood Elves and tried to make them more viable. I don't think the points reduction they've done is enough.
It gives you like 40, 50 points maybe.
I think Keith worked it out with his last list. It would have given him about, on the list he was working on, it would give him about between 50 and 70 points depending on what he took.
Your best build is still Double Dragon for Wood Elves. It's just how you want to flavour your core.
The Blade Rider change is even more insulting because we're living in a unit strength 10 meta.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that just because most of the cavalry is 4+?
Maybe it's only heavy cavalry that's 4+ though, and they are not heavy cavalry.
Yeah.
Light cavalry are 5 up normally.
I have no idea.
Strange. And Well Riders also get a point reduction.
Yeah, that's
of 1 point.
I would have liked to have seen the sisters revert back to pick.
Yeah, so would I.
Yeah, now Magic's weaker. I think it wouldn't be a bad thing.
And the pillar spam's been killed.
Yeah. And then you've got the last 3 in there. Doomseekers of lost character.
Excellent.
And they add skirmish.
Yeah, well, they had skirmish anyway, but yeah. The special character general, leadership 10.
You kind of had to be when everyone else was 10.
Exactly that. This next one's a funny one. The Von trick shots with Aquabus gains magical attacks. It was a magic weapon. I think everyone just assumed it had magical attacks.
Yeah, I had to double check it.
I did. I had to look at it. I was like, eh?
It's one of those odd ones, isn't it?
Yeah, and then change the base size of the Warhorse in Bretonnia book.
Which is fine. It means it fits into the unit better.
Exactly. Less in there than I was hoping for, especially with Wood Elves, truth be told. But we'll come back to at the end what we feel like we would have liked to have seen.
And I can't believe High Elves just completely forgot
what this shows is that
it's like they forgot to add their bit in.
I think what it shows is High Elves are in Games Workshop the army in the perfect place from a balance perspective because it's got nothing in the FAQ about them.
But there's only one build.
Yeah,
that can't be true. They must be perfectly balanced, otherwise there'd have been a point in here about them.
Okay. You keep believing that, mate. You keep believing that. And while we're on that subject, I've got some magic beans. Do you want to buy them?
I've got some magic beans.
Why is Orion lost fear?
He's lost fear because he already causes terror.
You could have just left it in. It makes no difference.
Like, nobody cares. It's because nothing else that causes terror also causes fear in their wording. I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, because terror causes. I think it's a tidy up, but it's.
Yeah.
It makes the Wood Elf section look bigger.
Spectral Hounds rule that you can't shoot a Ryan if there's any hounds alive. It's positive, but he can still get cannoned.
Yeah. He's still not worth it.
He's still not worth it in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Araloth down to 150 from 170.
Like,
unless he's free, you're not taking him.
No.
With the Ryan, I would have liked to have seen the hounds give him always give him a look out, sir.
Yeah, that'd have been a good one. And then we've got the bits at the Renegade Crowns. More horses getting tidied up.
The Fading Dodge added when it was missed out.
Yeah, the thing that was missed off the bottom of the page. Yeah. Which then I think... Oh, no, sorry. I thought I was nearly done. Sorry. I was just going to ignore all of this and go straight to Cathay. When a Duggan unit skirmish house is charged and it ranks up, does it lose status? No. That's a nice little buff for dwarfs.
Yeah. Again, personally, I've always played it that way, but I can see why people argued it.
Yeah, agreed.
With the next one.
You know, I don't get. Scott keeps reading from the left on some pages, the right from some pages. There's no continuity, Scott.
I'm keeping you on your toes, Andy. Hiya, Keith. When it comes to, is this a balance patch? I don't think this is fundamentally a big balance patch. I think that's probably what we'd get later in the year. This is just a pass. I also think the game is balanced if you take away the very top tier armies.
Yeah, you take VC out, then the game's not in a bad place.
Yeah, agreed.
I hate the word balance.
Well, if you want to play a balanced game, play checkers.
Which isn't balanced.
I want to continue with dwarfs now that I know Andy has got a problem that I'm reading from the right-hand side instead of the left. If a unit has Duggan and becomes engaged in combat, does it lose that status if a model accepts or declines the challenge? No.
Again, I can see why it was argued that way, not how I'd ever do it.
Adam's perfectly right. VC aren't the outlier that need to concern themselves with because they're a legacy army.
Yeah. As far as they're concerned, no one plays them.
Cathay were the outlier and they've addressed them. Game's now balanced. Anyway, kind of Doomseek, I want to continue with dwarfs if that's okay, Andy, and then I'll come back to the left-hand side, which is still dwarfs. It's all good.
I know. It's one's the actual book and one's the journals. You just
they're all stunty people who deserve hate. Can a Doomseek a Johnny Eaton of Slayers? No.
Which
covered
by the change.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is the one that caused like a lot of relative upset being the word.
Do you think the next one causes more confusion?
Yes.
So I don't know if, from reading the rules, were people doing 1d3 for the front rank, 2d3 for the second rank?
Yes.
3D?
Yes, that is how people were misplaying it.
Who did that?
Lunatics.
Americans. By the conversation on Facebook, Americans.
When three people I know over here that have goblin viewers have just done 1d3 per rank. Because that kind of like makes sense.
But now the wording. So when a goblin hero shoots using the Whirl and Death special rule, does it add a D3 modifier the number of shots rolled for each rank or file, or just single D3? Just a D3 modifier, you do not get an extra D3 per rank or file, which means it's only about 1d3.
Yeah.
Extra.
Not up to like 5d3 for a massive unit.
No, I thought that. No. It should have, in my opinion, it should have been up to 5d3. What people were playing was 1d3, 2d3, 3d3.
That's what I mean. End up with 5d3 at one point for one rank.
Yeah. For so 3 ranks, people were playing like 6d3. I still think you're supposed to get one. You should have got 1d3 per rank.
Yeah, so if there's 4 ranks, you get 4d3.
Yes, but that's not what that says.
It's badly worded, but I think it is. You get a single D3 modifier per rank.
Yeah, but that's not. But
it is because it says you do not get
what
extra
it says.
D3
Now it says you get 1d3 period, and you're done. Goblin here, you didn't see them anyway.
Could you imagine if it was just D3?
Yeah, if that's actually what it says, Adam, I don't have the book in front of us. If it says D3 per rank, that's fine, because that's exactly what I'm saying. But how that reads now doesn't read that way, which is
it doesn't.
But I think you're right. The intention is you get 1d3 per number of ranks.
Yeah. It's D3 times rank, like Adam says.
Yeah, exactly what Adam said there, for sure.
I've never met a person who's get the extra D3. It's mental.
Again, people can argue it, but how many?
Yeah, I know. That's the best part. They wrote the wrong special rule. It's not called Whirl and Death. It's called Whirl and Doom. I knew it wasn't that called.
Does that mean then you ignore it because it's not the right rule? Carry on playing as you were.
You are. Yep, it's not the right rule.
It's not the right rule. So I don't know what they're FAQing, but it's not that.
Is Whirling Death a Doomseeker special rule?
I think it might be.
Yeah, well, I think.
Well, that's proper GW writing, isn't it?
So we can all agree this one here is absolute nonsense anyway.
It doesn't exist.
It's got to be an American.
Ignore it. Like, honestly. If a unit of enemy infantry charges a unit with the Master Rune of Hesitation, can it make use of the Press of Battle rule to fight in 2 ranks? No, because it's still charged. It just gets none of the bonuses from charging effectively.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
A bit of clarity, though.
If a unit of enemy infantry charges a unit with the Master Rune of Hesitation, does it gain the initiative bonus for charging? Yes. Because it's still charged.
It specifies...
It doesn't prevent the use of certain weapons
special rules.
Yeah.
Because the non-initiative one is the rune of the other one. Confusion. I don't have any issues with those 2 bits of FAQ. I think it just makes it very clean. As opposed to the Goblin Hero one, which is just nonsense.
Like those 2 are perfect. It just clears up, it rounds out a question nicely, straightforward.
Yeah, agreed. If a model bearing the laws of victory stands and shoots, does it get 2 for the combat res? No.
It'd be funny if it did.
Yeah.
I can kind of see why it was asked.
Sure. I'll just move on.
These Empire players? Todd. I bet it's Todd doing that.
Todd trying to find some of that outrageous thing he can do.
Todd doesn't take meta things like that.
Todd doesn't take guns on characters.
Yeah. When a unit in a lance formation is engaged in combat, every model on the outside counts as being in base contact. How many enemy models count as being in base contact with a lance? Every model in the first fighting rank that was in a number of inches equals movement characteristic of the lance. In the case of enemy, regular or heavy infantry, the second rank is not in base contact. There is another rank on the way.
I'm pleased they've cleared that up about the second fighting rank.
Yes. I know there's a bit more to that bump, but fundamentally, it's only the front rank that's engaged in base-to-base contact, and it's only within their movement value of the lance.
Yeah.
Bit of clarity. There's
still a decent amount of second-rank people anyway.
Yeah, again, I don't mind the fact that it's there to try to just clear up a little bit of confusion. I'll continue left while we're on Bretonians, Andy.
Thanks.
Can a unit of the famous warhorse reroll Swift Stride? No.
I'm sure a similar question is somewhere already in.
It came up with Warband before. Warband, you reroll your charge, but not your Swift Stride because it's not your charge roll.
Yes. Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't know.
It's the same. It's the same principle, isn't it? Like it's not.
It's just players trying to cheat.
Swift Stride is not part of your charge roll. It adds to your charge roll.
Yeah, it's a modifier to your charge roll.
Yeah. On Wood Elf Noble that belongs to Wild Rider Kindred, but only wear light armor, can they also wear a helm? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but you probably won't see him.
Well, you might have one with the Helm of the Hunt or Bedazzling Helm, I suppose.
You can't fit it in with the 2 dragons.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to say that character, period. Like, you're right, aye. Although I quite like one on the Giant Stag, actually, to be honest, in one dragon.
I looked at one with the Warhawk.
Warhawks could be something in the future. In a doubles event, as described in the match play guide, which armies, if any, can a Renegade Crown ally with? And then it just clears that up.
Yeah.
Good guys, effectively. Well, Brett's Empire. So.
And that was all the FAQ, so good night and see you later.
There's definitely not another full section.
Nope, nothing else.
Let's be honest, like if the stuff that we've just gone through now was the whole of the FAQ, it would be a very relatively bland, tidy up patch, which is what we probably got last January as well. Fundamentally, with a few bits.
I think this is better than last January's because it does tidy up so much.
Yeah, it does.
And I've got no problems with them doing passes like this.
No, this kind of pass is actually what we want to see more, where it's just clarifying and tidying stuff up.
Yeah.
But then we've got the real source of the patch.
Yeah. What everyone's waiting for.
Dun, dun, dun.
Look at all that purple.
We call this the death of the aggressive balloons. So
yeah, we joke about it, but if balloons came out like this in the beginning, they're still good.
This is the point I've made. If this doesn't murder balloons, what it stops is them dominating the game.
I think the character balloons are the optimal balloons still.
We'll run through the changes. I'm sure people.
Before we go into it, I'll just say there is one thing in here I don't like.
Is it page 1 or page 2?
Do you want us to run through it, then you can tell us what you don't like, or do you want to just...
Yeah, we'll just go through it.
We'll go through it, and then we'll try and guess from Stan's face which one he doesn't agree with.
So, Cathay and Warhorse, delete first charge on the list of special rules.
Are they heavy cavalry?
No, so this
right,
shouldn't
that's
have
fine
it.
Then. I don't like that.
Sky Lantern, toughness, 4.
It's a balloon, absolutely fine.
Fair
yeah,
do.
I'm okay with it.
It's made of paper.
Good. It should be toughness 4. I think that's a really good move. Delete champion from the commander's profile. Brill. It means if you put a character in it, it can't challenge except with I think it's a good move.
Yeah, it means your ordinary ones can't challenge.
Challenge out,
which combined with the next 2 is massive changes to them.
Big, yeah. So delete unbreakable and add flammable.
That
makes it much more like what a real balloon would be.
For me, that is the biggest change.
Deleting unbreakable.
Yeah.
Because now as well, when you lose combat and you give ground is when you can choose to do the disengage.
Yeah.
If you don't roll the give ground result, you can't enforce it. Whereas previously you could enforce it all the time, couldn't you?
Yeah. And you're only unit strength 5.
Yeah.
So if a Bigo is going to be really dangerous.
Yeah. No, totally.
You're going to break.
I think I think all this is positive for the game.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think of all the changes, the unbreakable one is the key. That's the source.
Well, it's what allows the rest of it effectively, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was it? BS3. We'll come around and talk about that at the end, I think. Sky Lantern bombs, once per game. I'm totally okay with this because that was actually what I found the most egregious part of the model.
Yeah.
Is it 25 points? I can't remember.
I think you take it now, though. I think it needed to get a points reduction.
Personally, either a points reduction or making it like gyro bombers. You have to move over the unit.
Yeah, with the big ass base, it's harder to do.
Yeah. Because other units can bomb all the time, but they have to move over the unit.
Yeah, that would have made sense.
Yeah.
I think that is probably my second.
It's a big base
I'm okay with that in the scheme of the fact that they're not moving over. I think if they had said have to move directly over a unit and you could do it all the time, I'd have been okay with.
Yeah, because that's a big base to get over a unit.
Exactly that, yeah.
And it makes you more susceptible to getting charged.
Yeah. Organ loader, delete character. Fine.
Yeah.
Mercenary crew.
Just tidies it up.
Nothing big there, particularly. Standard of Weijin, points up to 60. I don't know what that one does. I can't remember.
No. That is the causes...
minus...
If you cause fear, I think you cause fear, you cause terror, and -1 leadership.
I don't think I've ever seen it taken.
No. Icon of Heavenly Fury. This just brings it in line with every other stop fly ability.
I think it kills it when the character one's there.
Yeah, 6-1 cannons and combat. You're totally right, though. Like, I'm okay with that, though. It's got no guy. It should have been like that.
Yeah,
I think for me, in line with that, I know it's going back, should the Chalice of Dark Rain have the same ability as it's a leadership test?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it should.
Because for me, the reason that I think it's almost you want to take it because it's amazing and it's just guaranteed. No war machine.
I think you're right. I think it should be a leadership test.
Yeah, because I think everything else like that is leadership test based, but that isn't. I think it probably should be.
The only thing I'll say about the Heavenly Fury one is They've made it the same as everyone else, but it's still very different from everyone, apart from the Beastman one.
Because you said it may attempt to unleash its power.
Well, it's because the other two, the Breck one and the common one, are on a character. Higher leadership.
On a unit. Yeah.
The Beastman one goes on a unit with a veteran.
Aye.
So you can't get your +1 from your wins with this one, which I'd like to see
modified.
Yeah, I would like to see that if it said you can use your wins.
They're still LD8 though, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's still.
What's a hero? LD8 still for the heroes that can be BSBs.
Have you got your BSB?
Is he an 8 or is he a 9?
I think he's a 9, the gatekeeper. 9. It might be the only reason you see him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you might see him in a unit with that.
On the
combat, it'll last.
On the cannon point, that makes the cannons unit strength 6.
No.
Yeah.
War machines are unit strength 3.
No, war machines are the wounds of the crew.
Are they?
Yep.
I thought they had a set.
I thought they were a set unit strength.
No, they're the wounds of the crew.
Oh,
it's in the FAQ. So that means that war machines can panic other skirmishers.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I mean, that's quite funny.
Yeah, no, it's the start and wounds of the crew.
Ah, fine. Dragon's Eye Banner, change the second sentence on a 4+, the wizards must choose another target.
Gone from a 3 to a 4. There's better banners out there.
Yeah. More shard, 50 points. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
I think it's still worth taking. If you want to go
that way.
Again,
I'll put this one in the category of, if you want to change it so...
It's 55.
It's a Lord level or, 10 points.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but I think you're right. You can still just put it on a hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alchemist's Mask is the first of the similar changes where it drops it to bound level 1.
I like to see all the bound level 1.
Yeah, I almost all bound items should be bound level 1.
Yeah.
So I'm totally okay with it. I think you might still take it, but it's definitely not an auto include because it's hard to cast. Like Plague of Rust's a 9, so you need 8 on the dice.
Yeah, it's a big ask.
Again, I think it's lost value right now, but when you're packing in the peasant archers, its value increases.
Yeah, no, that's something and I still think you'll. It's still the type of thing you'll still see. It's not killing it. It's just it's no longer an almost auto intake.
Yeah. How many points is it?
Yeah, it's dead now because of the balloon changes, I think. But when you can spam peasant archers, I think its value increases again.
Yeah, quite possibly, aye. And then we've got Law of Yin, change the sentence to a wizard with the Law of Yin special rule may discard one of their round regenerated spells as normal.
That was just a copy-paste error.
Yeah. Cathay and Lance only gives the strength of AP on the charge.
It just tidies it up in line with everything else.
Yeah. Dragon Firebombs, unit down to strength 3. Love that. Love
Fine
that.
with it.
Continue more nerf to the balloons.
Against your average strength 3, it's a 53% damage reduction.
I think it's still right. Yeah. Ring of Jet, bound level 1. I still think this is an auto take for me. I love to see it. I still think it's an auto take on a unit.
Ambushing Cav.
A Cav champion. Yeah.
Again, I think today it's an auto include, but we do have the new Grand Army inbound at some point with the new units. So
I still think
we'll come back to my overall thoughts on that.
Because it's essentially the same power dice and everything now as the Ruby Ring. And I still think the Ruby Ring's worth its points. So I still think this is worth its points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I no longer think it's broke, and obviously they've removed common as well.
Yeah. Which was always coming, I think.
Aye. Heavenly Beacon allows you to...
you've missed one, Bob. You've missed the seal. I've no idea what the seal does, but you've missed the seal.
Oh, sorry. Post to 35. Was that when you get 2 signature spells?
But only from the Cathay signatures.
Yeah.
You couldn't take, like, Doom Bolt and...
Dave Stan does love the changes.
To be fair, we'll get to that point.
We'll get there. So Heavenly Beacon, is it cumulative? No, it's not cumulative. It's +1 or -1 period.
Again, I never played it that way.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Effective Grand Cannon's Thunderous Impact, does it stack? No, it does not.
Again.
I think that's the right play as well. Like we always use in our FAQ. Mass wins can be used once per turn. Is this once per wizard or once per army? Once per army. I don't like that. I think it should still be once per wizard. But I think it is a nerf to the Shingungan Bonk list.
Kind of makes sense though. Only one person can mess with the wins.
It does, but I kind of think it should have been once per turn per wizard.
For me, I quite like it being per army.
It's just to be fair, like it's just a bit of opinion.
You know, you've got that's the one that sticks it for me.
Well, that is the end of the errata now. So let's go. First of all, let's as the only person who has a Cathay army out of us currently stand. What's your overall take on the Cathay changes on FAQ and errata?
Like I say, the only one I don't like is that wins the last one. Because we all agree the damage needed to come down, the survivability needed to come down, but where Cathay is right this second, it's shoehorned into the bonk build because you're very limited on where damage is going to come from.
It needs the rest of the army list to come out.
Yeah. That's the same point as your Ringer Jet. At the minute, I think, Ringer Jet is still auto-include because we're lacking reliable damage.
Yeah, I mean, the new army book will decide whether that remains auto take or not.
Yeah. I think the sooner that book comes out, the better. The balloon changes are great. You can still run your character aggro balloon. It's not unkillable, and you can easily make a mistake with it and be punished, which is good.
For what it's worth, for my thoughts, I pretty much like all of the Cathay changes. I'm not that keen on the last one, but I'm also relatively indifferent to it. I think if this is how balloons were originally released, no one would have had a problem.
Yeah.
I still think they're more than worth their points, personally. But they will single-handedly win games.
We've got to see where, just replying to Keith there, we've got to see where the crane guns come out at what the situation is. But I've been thinking, 135-point balloons with the crane guns, guarding your backfield. Yep, and you're just in and out of cover every turn. Hide behind a hill.
I think they almost should be.
Yeah. Not your most aggressive unit being the balloon.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if crane guns are going to be not nasty for small elite armies.
Yeah.
And they should be nasty for small elite armies.
Yeah. Just take blocks of 80, you can't go wrong.
It'll be interesting to see comparing the crane gun as a unit against the crane gun balloon.
Yeah, at this point, we're just sort of guessing the new rules.
Yeah.
I think all of that puts Cathay in a much nicer place. Probably brings them down to still being a good army, but not an OP army.
At the minute, I think
it's tough because this FAQ's in mind, ready for the next wave of them coming out.
Yeah. At the minute, until that comes out, because we still don't have a date, they're very low because I just struggle to see. Yeah, you've got cannons, but cannons can only do what a cannon can do. Then you're looking at the bonk loads to do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, you are. But I think genuinely the whole thing is good for the game.
Yeah, I'm not upset by it.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised it wasn't in the Cathay bit.
Sorry?
I'm surprised that what wasn't in there was, we all agree with it, is obviously is it the sword that gives you the extra spell, and you take the other one for the other extra spell? Just to clarify that for people, because that comes up quite often.
Oh, that the don't stacking it is just one extra spell. I'm almost surprised that's not in there.
I'm surprised that wasn't in there, because that comes up quite a lot of queries.
That would be a no, read it.
Yeah, it will be.
So is
But
half the
will be.
FAQs, to be fair.
Exactly. I am surprised that one isn't in there, actually. It's a good show.
It's the only one I thought would be in there that I haven't seen.
Yeah. So, take away, ignore Cathay. Toughness in combat for the cannon will be T4 now, won't it? If it's against
No, yeah, you assign attacks.
You have to assign attacks, yeah. Interestingly, I think. Take away the Cathay stuff. Unless anyone in the chat has got any questions they'd like to ask our opinion on from Cathay, in which case we'll circle back to it. But ignoring Cathay, I'll start with you, Andy. What would you like to have seen in there that isn't in the FAQ this time round?
And we talk about it. I'd like to have seen skirmish 360 charge be limited to light cav and infantry, not your peg busters. And I also think Chalice should have been a leadership test.
Yeah, fair.
And I think the Chalice at the minute is almost a no-brainer for every Beastman player.
Yeah, agreed.
Because all shooting being half range and no artillery shooting for a turn is massive.
It should be a leadership test. I totally agree.
Yeah. Because it means if you go first against a gun line, realistically, you're almost in combat before they can even shoot.
Yeah.
If you draw a norm list, you should win. Because they may have one turn at the very most before your entire army's in combat. Which I think is unfair with a guaranteed off.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. What about you, Stan? What's not in this FAQ that you were kind of hoping would be?
I would have liked to have seen something around bringing models back. Yeah, undead resurrections.
Or toning the resurrection itself down.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Fine.
Because can I add one more thing?
I'm probably going to add what you're going to add, so you can just join in, unless you're going to pick on Tomb Kings again.
If they applied that to just Tomb Kings.
No, I think the resurrection. I don't disagree. I think something could be done to make it a more intuitive and interactive point, which would probably bring Tomb Kings and vampires down.
Yeah, or just even if it was like you could only target a unit once.
Yeah, like anything, but something, if that makes sense. Yeah. The one thing I would have liked in there before Andy steals the point off us, because I give him the chance to say he didn't. I'd have liked to have seen a buff to monstrous infantry.
Yeah.
Because there's no point taking them in general.
They're just rubbish, and I want to run Minotaurs.
You're never going to, because they're too fluffy for you.
Once I've skiing on the pin table currently.
Minotaurs run it before them. Brett's run it before them.
No, to be fair, the Bretts and the Minotaurs that have actually made it onto the pin table, they're just waiting to be built.
But I mean, you look at any list with monsters in.
Rather than slagging Scott off, back to monster. One extra attack from a Minotaur, a Troll, or an Ogre isn't game breaking.
No, it makes no difference.
Give them press of battle. Give them something. It's
give
just
them something.
They get nothing.
Many of them.
All the infantry rolls are like, oh, you don't get that, you're monstrous. And you're like, why?
So I've just seen Dave's comment. I'm all about the bonk, to be honest.
Because the only monstrous infantry that you really see that are good are bow Shabtu. And that's because they've got bows.
Yeah, you don't see any monstrous infantry to be used actually as monstrous infantry.
No. Trolls in a troll hag list because they're trolls. But other than that.
Yeah, you see trolls in a troll list.
I mean, ogres, you don't see ogres very often because they're really weak.
And they don't exist in anywhere. They're a myth.
Yeah. But you look at other units, other armies that can take monstrous infantry, you don't see.
But yeah, they specifically brought out a monstrous infantry list with Minotaurs, and they're just rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah. One extra attack isn't game breaking.
No, it's absolutely not. And maybe that's a discussion, like when we come to talk about the finalising the comp going forward for Forgotten Oath 4 now that this FAQ is out. Like, do we give monstrous infantry press the battle? Like, something for us to chat about off air and talk about for our next FAQ, like our next comp. I don't know.
You know, I would bring a second one. I would say, and I'd agree with Ed. He's raised this that maybe all infantry are scoring.
I like all infantry scoring. You'd have to go a bit further though, because it punishes then the arcane journals that are all cav based, which isn't fair either.
I wouldn't mind cav. I wouldn't object to Cav anyway.
But something for us to chat about for sure. But I think overall, although it's probably a much softer touch FAQ than I'd have liked to have seen in some things, it's not a bad FAQ. It's just not as meaningful as I'd like to have seen. I'd like to have seen them touch maybe like a Rise or Resurrection. I'd have loved to have seen a pass to the Legacy armies. I'd have loved Monstrous Infantry to be decent and being touched. Like I'd have liked to have seen them address the top end a bit more heavily. Or bring up the bottom end, but that was probably never going to happen. It was just a pipe dream. Of mine.
In the history, and I can't believe we're actually saying that, the history of FAQs we've had, 1.5 was the massive game changer.
Yeah.
But I think this one has probably been the best after that for just tidying up so much and
just clear.
It's
been a good FAQ for tidying. That's what I mean. Like, it's not been a bad FAQ. I think probably like a lot of players, I wish it had been a more FAQ. But I think what it has given us is good, if that makes sense.
I was very reserved on what it would bring us coming after the 1.5.
Now, you look at the 1.5, the biggest thing has been the Cathay comp, which we just needed.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that's come with all the comps, FAQs, it's been the Cathay one.
Yeah, no, but I think after how big and game-changing 1.5 was,
you're never going to get another one of that size.
You get that with second edition.
It doesn't stop us wanting it, though.
No. I think June, we might get something big.
Well, there'll be due another one in 6 months.
Which, let's just take a moment. That's the first time we're saying that. In all the years of fantasy, we're getting them regularly.
Oh God! I mean, the biggest thing to celebrate generally is like we are living in a time with the most supported version of Warhammer we've ever seen.
Yeah, I know some of it isn't as big as we wanted, but we're still eating great.
Oh, yeah, I agree. And I think the next big, if there's another big one in this edition, it'll come in the summer FAQ.
Yeah. It's usually every 6 months, so it'll be back into June, July.
Yeah. But no, like overall, it's super positive that we're playing such a well-supported live game. I think that's the biggest takeaway from it. Whether you love the FAQ, hate the FAQ, I think overall it's a solid FAQ. That does a lot to tidy the game up, like you said.
I'm just
do enough. I don't know, but regardless, what it does do is something, and that's a really positive thing.
Yeah. How many years did we spend in the wilderness with 8th edition?
100%, and that's why I think it doesn't matter almost what they are each time. I think the game is generally in a really, really good place if you take away the top end. It has taken away the most top end with Cathay.
Obviously, there's a discussion to have maybe another time, but I think I've got a concern about Tomb Kings.
I was about to say what I am left with is a concern that rather than bowing to balloon overlords, people might soon bow to the undead overlords, and that's also not a good place for the game to be in either.
I think if you take away VC, I've got a concern, but I would like to see data about Tomb Kings.
Aye.
But the rest, I think, you've got the bottom end, which I don't think there's been much done for.
Agreed.
Yeah, bottom still.
But I think, for me, you've got VC as S tier, Tomb Kings to see if they're top of A or bottom of S.
I think they're secondary in S, probably.
Yeah, they're definitely
in the new meta, without the fear of Cathay being very dominant, I think Tomb Kings are just the lower half of the S tier with vampires at the top half.
Yeah, Tomb Kings is very reliable.
On the very, very top of A. And then you've got a lot of other stuff, and then the bottom.
Yeah. Dave, stop pre-warning people about all the fun I'm going to have with the Tomb Guard brick, okay?
Until we stop your Necrotex working.
Don't spoil all the fun people are going to have when I Tomb Guard them instead of blobbing them.
I'll just be pleased to see the end of that blob.
And Keith, I don't disagree. I think without dragons, elves are garbage.
Yeah.
Take
So
away
I would've
my
liked
high
it.
elves, you're looking at Sister Stars, and that's the only thing that works.
That's the only other build that's remotely viable.
And that's just more depressing than dragons.
Yeah. I do think it's a shame at the minute where elves are in the game, because I think I think their dragons should be good, because one, you want to see dragons on the board fundamentally because they're cool. Elves in general should have good dragons, like it's part of their lore. The problem is, take away the dragons, like the rest of their army options are just so the best.
Yeah. If you look at standard high elves list, it's the same cavalry corps.
Yeah.
And then it's almost the same list you see over and over and over.
Well, when we did the review for the Masters, we tried to say, and here's the high elf build.
It is the high elf build, because what else do you do with them? Which I think is just a shame, to be honest.
But I would rather than just reducing points, because I think reducing points creates a barrier. It's more models, it's more you have to do. I'd rather see something like the Cathay and add rules.
Yeah. Else what I think actually would make the elves a bit better, potentially, is that opening up the scoring from not just core.
Yeah. Because elf core is terrible.
Whereas, like I say, they've got some good special options.
But you won't see them because they don't do it.
We won't see them because they don't fit in. What I'd love to see for high elves is an option to, like, take this character, you can have sword masters as core. Take this character, you can have Phoenix Guard as core. Yeah, and like at least
I like that in 6th edition and 5th where your characters.
Yes, 100%. A bit more like the 6th edition sort of flavour builds.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll get that in another Arcane Journal or in the next edition. Like, hopefully we'll see lots more Arcane Journals bringing bits of flavour like that.
You see it a little bit now with certain things be going from rare to special.
Yeah,
but never special to core.
And look, I'll remain positive about it for like unendingly, frankly, because we played unsupported 8th edition for over a decade.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, a game that is this massive, there's never going to be happy with everything. There's always going to be winners and losers.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're right, like Safri would have been a lovely on Arcane Journal.
Because Seaguard, a bit like Minotaurs, you never see them.
No. But I think that brings us to the end of our FAQ sort of feelings. Our next video hopefully will be kind of next week, which will be our post Durham GT review.
Yeah, see how you two filthy buggers do.
It's the last hurrah.
Sans last hurrah of utter filth.
No one ever stand. Win that GT.
No. I come third, and that's it.
What I would definitely like to say is, like, thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in, because like we really do appreciate it. But also thank you for engaging on the chat, especially that I've actually got chat to work on the screen, which, let's be honest, I think shocked us all. But like genuinely, I think we really like doing the live shows, and we'll try to probably do these more for most of our chats, because actually just gives us an extra level of engagement.
Yeah.
And it's really nice chatting with you guys. So,
and we'll see if we can make it 2 live shows in a row that work well.
Well, let's not get too carried away.
Don't tempt fate.
I know, but
Scott's fine though. He's had his IT lessons. He's fine.
But I just thought we could finish off by saying thank you very much. I hope you guys think the FAQ moves us in the right direction. Whether it does enough or not, we'll see in the future. But that's that. We've got what we've got. It's nice to have a supported game.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to look at the tournaments in a month's time.
Review the data,
filter through,
we'll see where we go with it, which we will keep doing. And otherwise, I think we call that a night and say thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for listening.
Anyone going to Durham, we'll see you on the weekend.
Please please subscribe if you don't already. It does mean a lot, and it does help us with the YouTube algorithm gods. But yeah, come find us in Durham if you're there. Night, everyone.
Good night.